Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And I'm going to start on my new Moroccan journal today. Before I start, I just thought I'd mention I'm not in my usual room. It was so hot in there today, I just couldn't film in there. So Richard has brought me a table, a small table downstairs into one of our back rooms so that I can film in a bit more comfort. But it does mean I've only got a very minimal amount of supplies around me, so fingers crossed I've got everything I need. I'm just going to put the journal together today, show you what I'm going to use and what we're going to make, and see how long that takes, and whether we do anything else, I'm not sure. So as you can see, I've got quite a pile here. I've mentioned several times, the colours we're going to be concentrating on for this journal are the pinks and purples, and these were the papers. Well, these are some of the papers from the Medieval Mirage kit that I've picked out to use. So I've only picked out, I think it's 7. Well, it's 7 papers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's one missing. I thought I had 7, but maybe I've moved one. And then I have this piece, which we made, I think it's, well, one of the things we made as part of Roxy's weekly challenge, which is a page insert. And I've used a paper from a different kit, but I thought it still works quite well in this. I'm a bit confused because I thought I had 7 altogether, and now I've only got 6. So we'll see if the other one turns up. But I'm also, so I'll put those aside. This is theoretically, so I'll just put these bits aside for a moment. This is going to be a paper bag journal, but I'm going to mix it in. So I want to use papers from the kit, but also paper bags to make it just a bit different. So I picked out a bunch of paper bags here, and I suppose my inspiration to some extent, but also my background paper. Oops, not that one. Oh, there's the other one. I knew there'd be another one. Is this big paper bag I got in a pack from Roxy Creations. I think it came in a pack of Florentine paper. Could have been a Christmas pack. I think I've used one of them. There were a couple. So, and I saw quite a while ago she made a journal. Or, yes, I think she made a journal. I think it might have been either Christmas or Easter. It might have been an Easter one. Using one of these as her cover. So that kind of got me thinking maybe I could use this last one in the same way. I'm trying to remember how big it is. I just need to... Luckily I had brought my ruler, because what she did was she did it a bit of a wraparound. So I would like to do that as well. So it is 12... about 13.5 inches. So I was thinking if I fold it I can have a bit of a spine, and we'll see how I've got any left to wrap around, which I could use to kind of as the closure. That's my thought. So what I need to do is fold it at 6 inches, I think. And of course I haven't got a pencil. Right, so I knew there'd be something I would forget to bring down. I don't think I trust myself to do it without marking it. So I'll do 6 inches. I'm just roughly working it out. And then maybe a 1/2 inch spine. And that will still give me... That gives me a little bit of a wraparound, I think. We'll see how it works. I'm going to see how big my papers are when they're folded. What have I done with them? Here they are. Because I might be able to make that cover a little bit smaller. How big are these? They're just over 5. So I suppose I could make my cover 5.5. How big is this one? Just make sure all my papers fit into that. Okay, I have to go and get a pencil. I know it's a silly thing not to bring down, but I'll bring my whole pot. Then I won't forget anything else, hopefully. Right, so I'm equipped. I have pencil and I'm going to measure. So this, yeah, that's going to be a pocket, I think. I'm not quite sure how that'll work, but I'll use that as a pocket. I wonder if I need to work that out at all, whether that could actually be part of the width. Yeah, it could be, couldn't it? Let's just fold it a bit this way, then I've got a bit more width to play with. And then I might be able to do my 6-inch width of cover. So I will just mark 6 inches there. Inches there. So this will be the inside, so I'm going to fold it in. Just do a very light mark, just so I can see where I need to fold, really. Is this, before I do it really firmly, make sure this is the 6 inches. Not quite. A little bit off. Yep. Nicely. Okay. Okay, and then we want another mark. I'll just do it on the other side, just so I can fold it in the right place. So another 1/2 inch. I think the 1/2 inch spine will be enough. I hope. I'll try not to overfill it, but I always say that, and I always do. Oop. It's all going to get covered, so you won't see the mark. I will collage this, I think. And where's my mark? There it is. Make sure I've folded it in the right place. So we've got that one, and we've got that one. Now we just need to mark it at 6 inches again, and then we've got our wraparound flap. Yeah, I'll have a couple of inches now, so that's handy. Or just under a couple of inches. That one. And that. And that. So I can't really see there, can you? I'll put my ruler on there so you can see where I'm folding. Just folding myself a little extra flap. That's why I wanted to use this bag, because I thought it'd be quite nice to do have a bit of a flap to use as the closure, just for something different. So that's going to be my journal, although this is actually turning out to be a bit longer than the flat. I might just trim this down a touch, this bit here, because it's just a little bigger than I need, and it's a bit too close to that fold where the flap is. But wait. Just take a little bit off, I think. All right. So that will go like that. Okay, and then we have a flap, and we'll do that. We'll put an eyelet here and wrap it around. That's the idea. So now we have our journal, or journal cover, or bones of it anyway. Okay, so now let's look at the papers we're going to use. So I have pulled out some paper bags, as I showed you. I had to pick some that would fit within the height of this. This isn't as high. This is only 8.5, about 8.5 inches high, not 9. So I had to make sure that I wanted my paper bags to fit within this. So I've got a selection of lengths. I like this one because it's got that really pretty pattern on it. So I think I've got 7. I may take 1 or 2 out, or I may take out some papers. I've got some extra papers I want to decide. So I've just got this one, this plain white one, which is folded that way because it was in a box, but actually it needs to go this way. Okay, and then I will, of course, cover all of these when we put them in the journal. And I've got this one, it's from a prescription bag. So what I thought I might do is pull this open gently, see if I can just flatten it all out. I've got a couple of these, this one and a white one. They don't seem to do the craft ones anymore, which is a bit of a shame. I thought they were quite good for using for something like this, but I can cover up the white ones anyway. I can open it without tearing it to shreds. Not sure how well I'm doing here. Okay. Well, it does feel different sitting in this room. This is what we call our garden room, and basically it can be a bedroom, but it opens onto the garden because we're a dormer bungalow, and so I'm downstairs in the bungalow part. So we've got double doors into the garden, so it's a lovely view. It's quite distracting, really, looking out onto the garden. Makes a change from looking out onto the street. Right, so we've got this, and actually I can open the bag right out now, can't I? I wonder if it's going to be too big. Does it open like that? Yeah, opens like that. Let's see how that fits. I may have to trim it a bit, don't know. Because once you take out all the gussets, it's a bit of a whopper. So I may leave it as it is. I don't know how that will look. Might be alright, just to have a little bit showing, top and bottom. Might be a little long. I'll probably have to trim it down a bit at the side. So I'll just fold it, and then we can trim it in a bit when we can. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit too big. And I've got this one, which is just a greetings card in it. And that fits in nicely. Got the silver one. I always think silver goes nicely with purple and pink, so I think that would be quite nice. I'll need a little tidy up here, it's a bit of a mess. at the top here, a bit torn. So I am wondering, one or two of these smaller ones I can fold it slightly differently and do a bit of an extension on it. Let's, okay, what I might do a little more. I've got my fancy scissors because this is so torn. I thought I might just cut along here. Maybe I'll cut. It's quite thin paper. I don't know how well this is going to work. Not terribly well. No. Maybe I'll do the whole thing. Maybe it would be better if I did the two layers together. I don't know. I might be ruining this completely. See, my old trimmer had you could change the cutting edge. Mostly, I mean, I nearly always use the straight one, but I did have other cutting edges which I could use on something like this that was so difficult to cut. But of course that's broken and has been consigned to the tip, unfortunately. Oh, remind me never to try that again. That was definitely not fun, and I won't do it again. So what I thought I might do is just perhaps do a little shorter side, and then I can add something on to the other side, something like that. So that's that one. This one is better. It's not as jagged, so I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at full size. Yeah, I should put that on the inside, I think. Like that. And then we've got another one of these big pharmacy bags. So let's do the same as the other one. It is also now enormous. I'm wondering actually whether we can perhaps we could do that, make it into a pocket, incorporate the excess as a pocket, like that. Doesn't look like I folded that very straight, does it? That's a bit better. And then we fold it in half. Bone folder time. Let's get this. I may not use all of these because this is now quite thick. I'm just wondering whether would it be better to just do the other one? Because if I'm going to get some papers in as well, this is a lot thinner, this paper. This one would actually make quite a good cover another time. So I might leave it to do that with, and I might instead make a pocket out of this. Now this is quite torn here, so although I was going to trim it after I folded it, I think I might trim this bit off now and then fold it in half, because I think it's that needs to go, all of that chunk. So let's do that. going to do it this way. Did I get rid of that bit? Yes, I did. Okay. Now I'll fold it in half. Still fairly wide this way, but that's fine. That's about right now. So now I can just put some paper over this to seal that up. Okay, so I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I won't use this, it's too thick. 5, 6. Okay, so I've got those, 6 of those, and we have 6 pages. So now I've got some optional extras to add. Let's see what else we've got. So I've got a couple of sets of book page. This is really old. I think this is rag paper. It's Italian, of course, it's from Rachel, and I think I may have to tear that down a little. I don't want it because it's going to, if it sticks out at top and bottom, it'll catch. So I might just see if I don't know if it'll tear. It feels quite thick, but I will try. It's a shame to lose the coloured bit, but it's such a big expanse of plain paper. Just going to take a little bit off. It's tearing fine. So it's that one. I don't know if I need both. Put that one in reserve. That will need joining together anyway. This one is already double. Then I have somewhere here. Where'd the other one go? Oh, I think I left it in my printer. Yeah. Oh no, here it is. I've got a couple of my jelly prints that I thought might possibly go. I'm not absolutely sure about that. They're not too bad, and I quite like the design. It looks quite mosaicy, doesn't it? I think it might just work okay with these. So I've got this one, and I've got this one. I think this one I have printed. Have I printed on both the other sides? Yeah, I've just got something very faint on that side, not on this side. So I'll cut those down. Let's just do that. Let's do it as we go along, so we know exactly what we're working with. Right, so those two are trimmed to size. Let's just fold. This has got a very faint, I printed something else on the back, but it's quite faint, which is fine. It just takes the whiteness off. And let's fold that. That one. This one I haven't done anything on. I think I won't fold this one because I think I might do some stenciling on it. yeah, I think I might do some stenciling on the back of this. So I'm going to leave that unfolded. And then I've got a couple more I might use. Give myself the options anyway, because I did talk about doing at least 1 page extension, didn't I? So I might use one of these for that. So this is a bit of William Morris, which I must have already printed and trimmed off the outside because it was a little bit smaller than the others. But the Medieval Mirage papers, so I've added one of those on the back, are smaller anyway, even when they're printed borderless, because I can do that now. And I'll keep going on about it, but it's just such a pleasure to be able to set it borderless and have it print that way. But not all the Medieval Mirage papers fill a whole page anyway, so I've still got to trim some off. I think I've made it bigger than it would have been if I hadn't printed it borderless, but that's fine. So I've got that one, which is my lovely William Morris, and it's a lovely pink, so I think that will go quite well. Then I have a couple, oh, what's that one? Oh, I've got a piece of avocado dyed paper, which I may or may not use. Looks a bit boring next to all the other fancy papers, doesn't it, really? But then you need one or two that aren't too busy. So I've got a couple here from the Shabby Dabby Doodah's Rich Damask kit. I may use one of them, I may use both. I doubt if I'll use both of them, but I have printed on the other side. So, of course, when I printed these, they weren't borderless. Printed this just today, borderless. Woohoo! And although it's the Medieval Mirage paper, it did print borderless. Strangely, I thought it wouldn't, but it did. So that's good. So I've still got to do the trimming. Right, so I've got these trimmed down. On the back of this one is this lovely paper. I really like that one. And this one is a lot darker. And on the back I've got, oh, that's one of the papers that doesn't have, that is smaller. So I've got to trim it again. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Alright, that's it. Hopefully that's all the trimming we need to do now. I've been having a lovely time this week watching the Olympics. I'm really enjoying it. I always do. I love the Olympics. I love all the different sports. It's nice to see your own team winning medals, but also it's just quite nice to see people doing well. They've all got stories. And just see the different sports that you never get to see normally. I really enjoy that. Okay, so we've got how many extras? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think I'll decide when I start putting it together. Let's do that. Let's start putting some papers together and see if we can add a few extras, see how it fits in the cover. Right, first of all I need to decide which of these papers I want to be at the front. How many have I got here? I still feel like I'm one missing. 1, 2, 3. I'm 2 missing now. Where's the other 2 gone? Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was one, wasn't it? Well, it wasn't it. That was the one that's been made. Well, I don't know. There's nowhere else. There's nowhere for it to have disappeared to. What? I kept losing my pages. I did have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. It must have just somehow missed it. So now I've got to decide which one do I want on the front. I really like that. Or that. I think maybe that one. I like that. Okay, so we'll have that first. I may put a paper bag around it on the outside, I'm not sure. And they're all been backed, so this one is some paper from Roxy Creations. This is a random piece from another kit. I think this was a free kit I picked up a long while ago. That sometimes the papers are quite handy for this sort of thing. I think that's another Roxy Creations one. And that one as well. This is one from that freebie kit that I got. Somebody called Penny Rose, I think was the name of the Etsy shop. I feel like my head keeps going under the camera. I hope that's not the case. And this is one from the Medieval Mirage. So, right, we were going to go with this one. No, this one was going to be the one on the outside. And then we've got the paper bags. So let's do one of those. And then maybe this one. Yeah, and then that's going to be a pocket, and then that will, yeah, I think that wraps around the next page. So maybe this one would be a good one to have next because that can attach to it. This is the avocado dyed paper. And that would attach like that. Yeah, that looks really nice. And oops, let's go with this one. Let's pull these out so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that one. And then we'll have a paper bag. And then we might have, yeah, I think maybe I'll go with this. This is the jelly print. Goes in there. And then we'll have this one. It's a bit of a contrast, this colour, but never mind. Paper, no, I think I'll have the, that will go quite well there. Then we'll have this paper bag. Still feel like it needs a bit of flattening. And that's not straight. Whoop. Okay, paper bag with pockets. Bit of purple. And another bit of purple, I think. Go right there. And let's just carry on, and I'll see if I've got room for any more. So this one next, I think. Then this one. Then him. And the little one in the middle, I think. I like the little one in the middle. Okay, let's see how that all goes in the cover. I'll copy it all up in one go. Okay. Okay, let's fold it all up. Put that in there. I'll wrap that around there, and then that can go around there. And then we have our journal. I think it's going to be quite a fatty. I'm not sure this will not have to be folded a little bit. I think I might need a bit more of a spine here. But I hope this spine is going to be big enough. I haven't done it like this before, so I don't know if it's going to work. I hope it will. I think some of these are a little bit wide. So I think it doesn't matter if they're a bit wider than this. I don't mind if they're all at different levels. But I think if they're a bit too wide, they might just keep sticking out more and more the more we add. So I think I might just trim this one a bit. Not folded terribly well. Okay, trimming it will just even it up anyway. That looks a little bit better. Go over there. Okay. Get back in. It's a bit unwieldy, this journal at the moment. I should probably have to sew it in fairly early doors, but I've got a bit of work to do on some of these pages first. Now this paper bag is a bit too much, so that's got to be trimmed as well. Feed it in that way so it's nice and flat. Okay. Don't know if I've done it enough. I didn't want to cut too much off, but at the same time I don't want to poke out a long way. Oh, I think that's a bit better. That one. That one. So it can work like that. I think so. Yep. Okay. I think we may have enough in there. By the time I've added all my pockets, it's probably barely going to wrap around, I expect. So yeah, I would have liked to put more papers in, but of course I can use all these papers for covering my paper bags. I do hope my head doesn't keep appearing, because the way it's set up on here, because Richard set it up for me, I think my camera's a lot closer to me than usual. So I'm hoping you can see. I do apologise if you keep getting my head appearing, or if this keeps going off screen, because the camera's just not where I'm used to it being. It's a little bit closer to me than I'm used to. Therefore, it is possible things keep disappearing up there on off screen. So if I do, I'm sorry. I don't know how long I'll stay down here, because I think the weather's going to stay pretty. I mean, the weather's lovely. It's just my room just gets like a little furnace, and it was just too much today for me to work up there. So I think I'll leave it at this for today. Obviously, we've got a lot of work to do, but that's all part of the fun. So I think what I'll do in the next video will be to, I think, do my cover, which is I'm going to collage it, and that'll make it feel much more part of the whole thing, won't it then? And we'll get it sewn in, possibly. Because I don't think I'll need to, I possibly won't need to do anything on the back of here if we're not going to use it as a page. I might just use it to cover other things. So that's my video for today. A bit shorter than usual probably, but I think in the circumstances, and also I'm keeping an eye on the time because we're going to Hannah's in a while, babysitting little Arlo, so that they can go out for a meal. We've tried twice already, and each time he's got a sixth sense, and he's played up. So we're going to give it another go, see if we can get him to settle so they can go out and have a nice meal. They've not been out on their own since he arrived. I don't think they mind that too much, but it was just nice for them to have an evening to themselves. So fingers crossed, keep everything crossed, that he settles down nicely tonight and that we can give them a little bit of time off. So I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.